Milkovich and Elijah Moore at the center circle. Opening tap goes to the Trojans, and they'll have first crack at it. Eagles going to play man. Tyler Peterson starts it off up high. Going to work at left-hand side. Then back to Williams. Dribble interchange. No, Williams going to keep it. Go baseline pass. Ritter gets too deep. Can't finish it. Rebound to Milkovich and then turns it over. Tried to go to Ritter and it was deflected. They slash it back and we got a trip coming through. Foul on Daniel Kiesling. Good defense by the Eagles in the first part of that possession, then turned it over after the rebound.
Shooting 2 for the Trojans, number 20,
Elijah Moore will go to the free throw line, 6'8" junior from Yorktown, Virginia. And rattles that one home. Moore, 68% on the season. He does hit both of his free throws. So 2-0, Virginia Straight draws first blood. Little three-quarter court trap. Milkovich, Kiesling. Now Barnes with the basketball. Eagles clear the timeline with relative ease. Right side, Graham. Right baseline to DK and lost the handle. Eagles not quite in sync right now. It's an unforced error that time. Long distance three ball from the far side is up and good from Walter Williams. And it's 5-0 Virginia State. Barnes left side trying to cross over. Can't get any space. Goes and kicks far side to Ritter. Catch and shoot three ball from Reed is good. And the Eagles answer back quickly. Eagles jump in there. Full court press. And a little late getting there, and the Trojans going to race it the other direction. Barnes and Kiesling trying to get the trap. Throw it over far side. Dribble in, lose the handle. Milkovich ends up with it off to Barnes. Here come the Eagles the other way. Barnes going to dribble and drop for Ritter. Long three ball. Good. Back-to-back triples for Reed Ritter. Eagles on a 6-0 run to take a 6-5 lead. Jump into the trap. Get a deflection, but the Trojans chase it down. They'll throw it to midcourt. Another deflection. Barnes has got it. He'll go coast to coast and couldn't finish it, going right toward the rim. And here come the Trojans the other way. Throw it into the corner. A little bit off the mark. Little baby hook is up, and it is good for Melvin Gregory. Unlucky that time for Dalton Barnes. Went right at the basket instead of from the side where he could have used the backboard and tried to lay it up softly and never got it over the rim. Milkovich takes it inside, floats it up, and he sticks it in with the left hand. The Eagles reclaim an 8-7 lead. Here come the Trojans the other way. They beat the press easily. Stop and pop for a triple, and it is good for Walter Williams, his second three ball of the night. Eagles have that theory, if you want to press us, we'll make you pay, and the Trojans are doing that right now to Embry Riddle. Lob to Milkovich. Kicks far side, Graham. Three ball from Dillon. Good. Eagles showing off their weapons, and they're going to back out of the press this time. 11-10, Eagles reclaim the lead. Drop it back top of the circle for another three ball. That's back of the iron, long rebound chased in the corner and saved in by the Trojans. Eagles can go 5-on-4 over the top, and it's deflected and stolen away. Here comes Javon Moore the other way in a hurry. Bounce pass down low, good look, and they'll finish it inside. Walter Williams with the bucket. He's got 8. The Trojans reclaim the lead. Ritter, crossover, turns the corner, going in, pull-up jumper from 15. Back of the iron, side of the iron, no good. Rebound to the Trojans. 12-11 Virginia State. Fast-paced basketball here in Daytona Beach so far. 5 3-pointers combined. Eagles with 3, Trojans with 2. They go high post to Moore. Swing it far side. Three ball on the way, going to be short. Rebound, Dalton Barnes going to race. It's 1-on-2. Graham's trailing with him. He'll go in, float it up, get it blocked, and out of bounds off of the Trojans. It'll stay Eagles basketball. Shot clock reset and should not have. So they'll come over and take a look at it and put it to 24. And we'll get back to basketball. Eagles ball on the baseline. Dylan Graham will trigger. Skip it into Barnes, over to Ritter. Ball fake. Back to Dalton, swinging around to Dylan Graham. Three ball from Dylan. Perfect. Dylan Dillon's got 2, Reed's got 2. 2 triples, that is. 14-12 Eagles. Peterson, cross court. They go left-hand wing now. Eye it from long distance on the way. Back of the iron, no good. Rebound fought for. Graham's got it. He'll go over the top to Ritter. Reed's 1-on-2. Going in and going to get a goaltending. Basket will count. And that'll take us to our under 16 media timeout. Reed Ritter out of the gates quickly. He's got 8. Timeout. Reed Ritter out of the gates quickly. He's got 8. 16-12 in favor in the game. 6'3" freshman from Hampton, Virginia. From right side to Moore. Back up top of the circle, Gregory. Now left-hand wing. Top of the circle, Melvin. Back right side, Moore. That's Javon Moore as opposed to Elijah Moore. Javon's going to take it in, deflected, stolen by Dylan Graham. Eagles going to race the other way. Graham with Kiesling trailing. Stop and pop 3. Got it. Kiesling from Graham running the floor well for a pull-up triple. And it's 19-12. Tyler Peterson taps his head a couple times. Got a high ball screen. Eagles going to switch it back. Bounce it down low inside. Double team there by Kiesling. Throw it back over near side. Dribble, floater. Going to be short. Rebound pulled in by Reed Ritter. Ritter looking to push. Got Barnes to his left. Graham to his right. Go in. Drop for Dillon. Ball fake from 3. Throw it into Milkovich. Back to Graham. Runner's good. Nicely done. Timeout taken by Virginia State. That's about as good as it gets, sharing the basketball right there. It's 21-12 Embry Riddle. Eagles by 9. Timeout on the floor. Tuesday from 9 to 4. Coach Chad Keller will run it. Camp starts tomorrow morning right here in Daytona Beach. You can show up right at the ICI Center, register on site. Left-hand wing for the Trojans with the basketball. Back to the top of the circle to Elijah Moore. Backdoor down low. Good look, good finish. Elijah Moore to Javon Moore, and Dylan Graham got caught on a screen on a backdoor cutter. An easy bucket for the Trojans. Graham with Barnes playing catch. Clear the timeline against pressure. Now Milkovich. Skip it near side, Ritter. Jab step. Shot clock to 16. Out to Kiesling, top of the circle. 3 ball is good. DK's got 2 threes. 6 in a row for the Eagles from long distance. Trojans push, pound it down low inside against Milkovich. Baby hook on the way, rattles around, no good. Rebound Trojans, back up, no good, but a foul. Foul goes on Dylan Graham, his first personal. And our free throw shooter will be Javon Moore. 6'3" senior from Fairfax, Virginia, which is right outside of Washington, D.C. It's a transfer from the University of Virginia at Wise. First free throw is good. Moore just 56% from the line on the year, 15 out of 27. Couple subs for the Trojans. Wayman Wright getting his first action, 5'11" sophomore from Raleigh, North Carolina. Second free throw short. Rebound Milkovich inside. He'll cover it up, get away from traffic, and go ahead and bring it front court himself. Joseph Bradshaw also checked in, and OG gets tripped going to the basket. Foul on Wayman Wright, his first. Bradshaw, 6'9" freshman from Silver Spring, Maryland. Seeing his first action for the Trojans here today. They mop up the perspiration on the floor where OG went to the hardwood, and the Eagles get ready to trigger. Ritter, trigger to DK, 3 ball from the baseline. Going to be short that time. The Eagles finally do miss a 3-pointer. 6 out of 7 now. Wayman Wright going to race it front court, go left side to Moore, back around the horn near side. Open look from 3 is good for Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore, big 6'8" fella, spread the floor. Made OG come and chase him, and OG got there late. Entry pass into Milkovich, backdoor to Dalton Barnes, and he'll stick it in, basket and one. Good look from Milkovich to find Barnes, who rotates underneath the hoop and able to finish with the hoop in the arm. Barnes bucket good. Second personal on Wayman Wright, who got there a step too late. And Dalton will go to the free throw line here for the and one opportunity. Free throw is good. 27-18, Eagles by 9. Trojans front court. Another triple from the top of the circle. That one's good as well. And Joseph Bradshaw. That's 4 threes for the Trojans, and back-to-back triples from one of their big guys. They're going to go zone this time down. Looks like a traditional 2-3. Barnes, Ritter playing catch. Reed going to go dribble to the top of the circle, throw it back to DK. Lob in, deflection, and here comes the Trojans the other way. They go 3-on-2 if they can hustle. They will, and trail it back. Pull-up jumper from Wayman Wright. Back of the iron, no good rebound. Milkovich inside for the Eagles. He'll find Dylan Graham. Graham looks for Barnes. Barnes ahead of the pack to the basket. Yes, he'll rattle it in there. Good look from Dylan Graham to find Barnes racing. Wayman Wright, coast-to-coast floater, going to be short. Rebound DK off to Ritter. Eagles look to push. Ritter's going to take it to the middle. OG will head left. Graham to the right, trailer to DK. Top of the circle, 3. Good for Daniel Kiesling. And timeout taken by Virginia State. Eagles running the floor well that time. Second right ready. And now we'll go. So they'll bring it front court. Eagles spread out. Going to play zone for the first time today. Wayman Wright, top of the circle. Back over near side. 3-point attempt on the way is short and no good. And last touch by the Trojans out of bounds. That was Joseph Bradshaw with the triple. That was no good. Eagles go to the bench for the first time today. DK will check out for Joseph Gonzalez. Kiesling's got 9 on 3 of 4 shooting. All 4 shots and all 3 makes, of course, have come from long distance. Dylan Graham's going to go from long distance. And that one's off the mark, no good. Rebound by Walter Williams. Eagles going to switch back to their man. Wayman Wright up high, little 3-man interchange. Lob into Bradshaw. He'll back down against Milkovich, kick it over, swinging around the horn right-hand side. Pull-up jumper on the way from him is in and out. No good rebound. Gonzalez. He'll go to Barnes, racing with Graham. Dalton's going in. Trailing to Gonzalez, who goes up and gets hammered. And he'll go to the free throw line. Foul's going to go on Melvin Gregory, it looks like. It's a nice job by Dalton Barnes there. Going to the basket. Everybody thought he was going to kick it out to Dylan Graham. And Barnes just held on to the basketball. And as he was getting ready to go up for the layup, trailed it back to Gonzalez, who got fouled by Gregory. Free throw from Joseph Gonzalez is good. He's got one more coming. Gonzalez, 6'7", 230, a senior from Lucas, Texas. Second free throw, also good. 34-21, Trojans race at front court. Bradshaw, top of the circle, now left-hand wing. Sets a ball screen, Eagles switch it back. Right, over left side. Dribble to the elbow, cut off there. Back to right, guarded by Barnes. Looks to the lob, into Bradshaw, turn and face, jumper from 10, good. Joseph Bradshaw, good-looking freshman, 6'9", 220. Had 11 points and 7 rebounds yesterday, and already has 5 off the bench today. Graham to Ritter, back to Dillon. Back to Reed near side, 3 ball from long distance. In and out, no good. Rebound to the Trojans. Good look right on line, just twisted in and out. Bradshaw, bounce it over left wing. It's Melvin, now right side. To Williams, spins past Graham, trying to create space, couldn't do it. To Wayman Wright, he'll spin inside, kick it back out to the wing. Dribble, in against Gonzalez, and he traveled. Good defense by the Eagles that time, nicely done. All across the board there. Trojans get Elijah Moore back in there for Melvin Gregory. Eagles go to the bench and get Dylan Graham a rest, and freshman Skylar Hogan will see his first action of the day. The Eagles will switch it up, send Dalton Barnes to the 2-guard spot. Reed Ritter will go back and run the offense from the point. So the backdoor lob looking for Gonzalez against the zone. Couldn't find it. Here come the Trojans the other way. Melvin over to right, stop and pop from 10, back of the iron. Rebound fought for, and Barnes will chase it down. Gonzalez and Milkovich fighting over it. Wrestled it, almost threw it out of bounds. Unfortunately, Dalton Barnes there to pick it up. Lob into Milkovich. He's double teamed. Throws it over to Ritter. Ball fake, man flies past, going to the basket, up, under, and in for Reed Ritter. Nicely done. Really nicely done. Got two guys to fly by him, then took it to the rack with one defender there and went up and under on the other side. And we're going to get a foul on OG inside, working against Joseph Bradshaw. First personal on Milkovich, team's third. Trojans to the bench for Tyler Peterson to return. Trigger from the baseline with a fresh 30. Over right wing, throw it back to the top of the circle. Now three ball, top of the wing. In and out, no good. Bounced, and Reed Ritter's got the rebound. Got Barnes to his left, find Hogan to his right. Back to Ritter, cross court, Barnes. High post, Milkovich, not there yet. Dalton's going to go dribble, float it, and tried to stop. And they'll say he didn't stop in time and dragged his pivot foot. It'll be Trojan basketball on the turnover. Joseph Bradshaw will check out for Taquan Allers, 6'9" and 250 from Fredericksburg, Virginia. He's a transfer from Virginia Union. See his first action of the day. A lot of depth at the big guy spot. Wayman right, cross court. Interchange. Dribble drive by Peterson. Back near side. Jumper from three. In and out. Rebound pulled in by the Trojans. Back up and no good. Stick back, though, is good for Elijah Moore. That was Allers with the first putback that missed. Ritter to Milkovich. And we're going to get a blocking foul called on the Trojans. On Tyler Peterson. His first, team's fourth. Reed Ritter will see his first rest of the day. Dylan Graham returns for him. Eagles by 11 at the 8:39 mark. Into Milkovich, back to Barnes. Trojans play in zone. Gonzalez sets the screen. Dalton dribble to the elbow. Pull-up jumper, back of the iron. Rebound, Allers. Right over left wing to Melvin. Back up high, Peterson. Now Melvin, dribble, wrap around, stolen away. Tried to throw it over his head. Skylar Hogan picked it off. Hogan looks for Milkovich in the corner. Well defended. Dribbles into a double team, tries to float it up, and does. Milkovich took it right into the teeth of the defense. 1-on-2, 1-on-3, he didn't care. 38-25, 13-point cushion for the Eagles. Right with it. Lob into Allers. Turn and face. Now he'll back down, kick cross court. To right. Over to Peterson. Against Hogan. Dribble behind the back. Trying to shake him. Couldn't do it. Right spins against Barnes. Pulls up from 15. Off the window. Too strong. Rebound Joseph Gonzalez. Gonzalez will find Dylan Graham. He'll go cross court at an angle. Dylan's going to take it to the rack and get fouled going through. Non-shooting fouls going to go on Tyler Peterson for his second personal. That's going to be the fifth team foul Trojans, and it's going to take us to our under 8 media timeout. 38-25 at the 7:26. The right-hand side of the basket. On the baseline underneath our own hoop. Into Gonzalez. They're going to put it up from long distance. Going to be short, long rebound. Dalton Barnes. Barnes over to Skylar Hogan. He'll go for three. He'll knock it in. Hogan's first triple of the day. Eagles' biggest lead of the afternoon, 41-25. Lob inside for a jumper that's good for Elijah Moore. Good position there against Kiesling. A 9-footer knocked it home. Graham throw a lob in, quickly looking for Kiesling, couldn't find him. Here come the Trojans the other way. They'll race it, pull up, and jumper no good. Rebound Skylar Hogan. He'll come the other way by himself. He'll go left-hand wing. Let's give it back to Barnes. Back to Hogan. Posted Gonzalez. Turn and face, jumper from 16, partially blocked, no good, long rebound, tapped out to Kiesling. To Barnes, to Graham. Entry into Gonzalez. Back down, step through, and friendly roll that time for Joseph Gonzalez. Good strong take. Joseph is left-handed, going from his right to his left. That was his natural motion. Little baby hook is good. Dribble drive in by Moore, over Kiesling, no good, but a stick back is good inside for Taquan Allers. Gonzalez came from the weak side to help against Kiesling's man, and that left Allers there for the rebound and stick back by himself. Barnes going to go for 3. That's off the back of the rim. Rebound to the Trojans. They'll say DK is on his back. Second personal on Kiesling, 4th on the Eagles. The Eagles will go to the bench. Dalton Barnes out for Reed Ritter. 43-29. Eagles still lead it by 14. Walter Williams returns for the Trojans. Moore with 9, Williams with 8 to lead Virginia State. Peterson, right-hand side. Now top of the circle, Moore. Drop it off over for Javon Moore. He'll go in against Dylan Graham, stick it up, basket and one opportunity for Javon Moore. Foul on Graham, his second, team's 5th. And Javon Moore, chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. You've got Elijah Moore and Javon Moore working well together. Javon at the free throw line. 1 for 2 in his previous trip. And he makes the free throw this time. 6 points on the day for Javon Moore. 43-32, back to an 11-point Eagle lead. Ritter, left-hand wing, got the Kiesling screen. Going to go from left to right. Drop it back for Graham. Graham going to go dribble, backdoor cutter to Kiesling, and he'll stick it in. Good look, good finish. Kiesling came from the left-hand side, went up and under on the right, but a good look from Dylan Graham to get things started. Williams, curl, 3-ball, short, long rebound, fought for, and picked up by the Trojans. Throw it around the horn far side, throw it back inside to Moore, to Bradshaw, and he'll lay it in. Good ball movement, nicely done. Bradshaw's got 7. Graham to Ritter, left side. Off the Kiesling screen. Reed going to dribble drive, kick it to Graham. Throw it back door to Reed, and Reed wasn't expecting it. And the Eagles threw it away. Milkovich will return for Joseph Gonzalez. So it's basically the starting 5 with the exception of Hogan out there for Dalton Barnes. Hogan, Ritter, Graham, the backcourt with Milkovich and Kiesling. 45-34, 11-point Eagle lead. Right side, Moore gets past Dylan going to the basket and floats it up there and finishes it off. Nice strong take by Javon Moore. Ritter wrap around to OG. 3-ball on the way from him is good. First 3 of the day for Milkovich. And timeout taken by Coach Ritter. His first of the first half. Trojan basketball coming front court as we approach the 4-minute mark. Eagles playing man. Peterson deflected by Hogan and a steal. He'll go the other way with Reed Ritter trying to go 2-on-2. Hogan going to go coast to coast and tries to hang, couldn't finish it, and rebound to Bradshaw. He'll push it out and they'll go 3-on-2 the other way. Peterson dribble drive and float, can't finish it. Rebound Hogan, tapped out by OG. Here go the Eagles the other way. Hogan's got it. Left-hand side to Barnes. He'll go baseline strong up on the other side. Finish it off. Acrobatic move by Dalton Barnes on the up and under. And we got a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Trojans may have rolled his ankle underneath there. It looks like Bradshaw. The Eagles already halfway to the 100-point mark with still 3:43 to go before halftime. Peterson. Now left-hand wing, they lob it into Moore against OG. Take it in, strong move, and front of the rim, couldn't finish it though. Rebound Peterson, back out Walter Williams. Throw it over to Moore, he'll go for 3. That's going to be short as well. Skylar Hogan with the rebound. He'll come the other way. He'll find Dalton Barnes. Barnes left-hand wing. Double teamed and knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes in the corner. That'll be Trojan basketball. Eagles going to go to the bench for Brian Johnson. He'll come for Daniel Kiesling. First action of the day for Brian Johnson. 6'7", 210-pound sophomore from Jacksonville. 50-36, Eagles by 14. And we got a whistle and a foul away from the ball on Brian Johnson, fighting for position inside. His first, team's 6th.
The Trojans are now in the penalty.
Elijah Moore triggers down low, and jumper no good. Might have been partially blocked by Barnes, and Eagles will race the other way. Barnes 2-on-3 with Ritter, dribbles it off his ankle, and we got a held ball. Inside Barnes along with big fella Elijah Moore. Eagles ball, far sideline. Reed Ritter with it. He will be the trigger man, guarded by Javon Moore. Looks for Barnes, can't find him. Go to OG instead. OG's double team that splits the two defenders, goes on the other side. Can't finish, but is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Foul on Emil Terry, his first. OG will toe the line for the first time today. A couple of free throw opportunities for the Serbian. Free throw's good. 8 on the afternoon so far. Of course, he had a double-double yesterday with 25 points and 10 rebounds. He's got both free throws. And we got a sub at the table for Virginia State. Number 30, Marcus James, will see his first action. 5'11", 190 from Baltimore, Maryland. He'll go ahead and bring the ball front court. Move into the point guard spot. Skylar Hogan will wait for him. Right side, Williams, guarded by Ritter. Top of the circle, deflection far side. Throw it back up high. Then back to Moore. Bounce pass in. Terry, jumper over. OG is short. Rebound Skylar Hogan, and Hogan is fouled. Foul goes on 24, Emil Terry, and that'll put Skylar Hogan on the free throw line at the other end of the floor, shooting the 1-and-1. Nice job by Skylar to go after that basketball there.
Shooting a 1-on-1, number 22, Skylar Hogan.
Hogan, a freshman out of Melbourne, Holy Trinity Episcopal graduate, just like Jason Powell. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1, rebound to the Trojans, they'll come the other way. Walter Williams goes in, pulls up from 15, too strong, no good. Stick back for the Trojans, though, is good inside for Emil Terry. Barnes, Hogan, Ritter. Long three from Reed. In and out, no good rebound to the Trojans inside. Walter Williams wrestles it away from a couple of Eagles and finds Marcus James. James will come front court. Back to Williams, he traveled. Try to give a little jab step and give a little jab step and an extra step before he put it on the floor. Ken Pankey will see his first action. He comes in for the Trojans. 5'10" senior from Richmond. Dalton Barnes with the basketball, guarded by Marcus James, out between the circles. Entry into OG. He'll turn and face. Back down, step through, and spin it up and in. Nice strong finish. OG's into double figures. Right side, Pankey. Now Moore. Dribble, deflection, and a steal. Stolen right back, though. Moore's got it for the Trojans. Throw it over near side, Pankey. Back up high, top of the circle, 3 ball. Off the mark, rebound to Milkovic. He'll wrestle it away from one of the Trojans and find Dalton Barnes. Dalton's racing, dropping for Hogan. Hogan's going to split, take it in on the other side, rattle it home. Nice take by Skylar Hogan. He's got 5. Nice day for Skylar Hogan so far with a minute to go before halftime, 56-38 Eagles. Moore, crossover, stays on the dribble against Barnes. Long 3 on the way. Going to be short, rebound tapped long, picked up by James, then deflected by Barnes, and Reed Ritter calls a timeout. Barnes dives on the floor to get the basketball, and Reed hollers for 49.9 before halftime. Time 26 on the shot clock. So, and they're going to reset it. So a full 30 for the Eagles. Barnes will work against Peterson at midcourt. Entry into Milkovic. Clear out for him to go up on the other side. He gets stripped going up. It'll stay Eagles basketball. Good weak side help from Tyler Peterson to slash in there and knock it away. Eagles ball on the baseline with 18 on the shot clock. Milkovich looks under for Barnes, can't find him. Come out near midcourt to Reed. Ritter have to chase it down in the backcourt. And Reed will bring it back the other direction and crank it up. Shot clock to 12 once he starts the offense with a Milkovich screen. Throw it back over to OG near side for 3 ball. Got it! Ritter with the behind the head pass and Milkovich able to chase it down. Brief stoppage here. A couple players got tangled up underneath.
Number 22, Skylar Hogan, and number 20, Elijah Moore.
So Elijah Moore and Skylar Hogan get a warning for a little bit of extra bumping. 22.8 before halftime. Eagles 59-38. Highlight play there with Reed Ritter throwing it behind the head to Milkovich for a long 3. Trojans going to hold it for the last shot here. Peterson with 7. 6 off the high ball screen. Dribble drive, floater, basket good and 1 with 3.6. Foul goes on Hogan, his first. Basket is good for Peterson and a chance for a 3-point play here. Eagles got 3.6. Free throw is good. Into OG. He'll push toward midcourt and get it deflected. Trojans will end up with it. They'll put it up from midcourt, and it's no good. And we'll go to the locker room with a 59-41 advantage. Can't really complain. Trojans will have the basketball first to start the second half. Of course, the teams switch ends of the court. Trojans will go from right to left across your radio dial, and they'll have it first to crank things up. It'll be Ritter, Graham, Barnes, Milkovich, and Kiesling for the Eagles. And Trojans will bring it front court with the basketball and go to the high post, backdoor cut down low, blocked down low by Reed Ritter. Williams blocked 30 seconds. And instead, that one rimmed out, and the Eagles will keep the basketball. 59-44, Eagles by 15 at the 19:38 mark. Milkovich triggers into Barnes. There's an immediate double team. Back to OG. He'll dribble it himself. Come up to the midcourt area, being pursued from behind, and wrestles it away, needs some help, and throws it cross court to Reed Ritter. Throw it over to DK. Keeson going to go baseline to the basket. Going to be short, no good, but a foul. And DK will go to the free throw line. Foul 32, Joseph Bradshaw, his first. Bradshaw, the player that injured his ankle in the first half, but looks like he's back to full strength.
Shooting 2 for your Eagles, number 32, Kiesling.
Kiesling will toe the line for the first time today. The senior from Lexington has 11 points on the afternoon. That one's off the back of the iron, no good. Kiesling, a pretty good free throw shooter statistically. Second one coming. He's got the second. 60-44, Eagles by 16. Trojans right-hand side over to Moore. Down low. That's Elijah Moore. Throws it back out to Bradshaw. Now back inside, picked off by Kiesling. Good defense there, jumped the corner. Got it to Barnes, go to Graham. Back to Barnes. Dalton will call for Milkovich to set a screen for him. Dribble and drop for Ritter. Ball fake from 3, spins back, deflection, and we're going to get a reach-in foul on the Trojans. 15 blue with the foul. That's Tyler Peterson, his third.
His third personal foul, team's second.
Eagles get a fresh shot clock after the personal foul. They'll inbound it right in front of their coaching staff. Dylan Graham will trigger. Into OG. He'll turn and face on the right baseline. Take it in against Bradshaw. Strong to the basket. Blocked by Moore, though. Moore off to Javon Moore. Javon pushing the other way. He'll go coast to coast. Strips going up by Ritter, and it's knocked out of bounds by the Eagles. It'll stay Trojan basketball. Into Bradshaw, put it up quickly from 3. Going to be short. Rebound, Reed Ritter, good box out. Goes to Barnes, 3-on-2. Bounce pass, Milkovich up and rattle it in there. Nicely done. OG running the floor well. Got the nice pass from Dalton Barnes to easily finish it off the backboard and in. 62-44. Williams, back cross court, Moore. Drops for Peterson. Dalton will extend, get a high ball screen. Turn the corner, going inside against Milkovich. Floater short, no good, tapped around, and how can that not be a foul? They're going to call it a jump ball. Kiesling's got the ball in front of him, and Elijah Moore behind him reached around and called for the held ball. How can that not be a foul? Eagles basketball on the neutral possession. Possession arrow favors the Trojans next time. Into Dylan Graham. He's double teamed. Back to OG. Quickly head of the pack to Ritter. Reed going to go coast to coast. Throw it up and rattle it in there. Nicely done. Reed slowed down like he was going to pass the basketball. Then accelerated at the last minute and off the window and in. 64-44. Eagles by 20. Lob inside to Moore. Works against Kiesling. Backs down. Spins. Short. No good. Rebound Dalton Barnes. Barnes has got Graham to his right and Ritter, and it's deflected up and into the front row by Tyler Peterson. It'll stay Eagles basketball. Eagles will spread the floor. Barnes into Milkovic, and then gets it back. He'll go from right to left. All the way inside, get bumped, trail it back to Graham. Long three, Dylan Graham off the mark, no good. Rebound fought for, comes to Peterson. No, excuse me, that's Javon Moore. Moore going in, loses his footing. Nice pass as he's falling down to Walter Williams. Eagles back the other way. Ritter spins against a defender, pulls up from 17. In and out, no good, but a foul. Going to go on Javon Moore. His first, it'll send Reed Ritter to the free throw line.
Shooting 2 for your Eagles. 10.
Reed, 80% on the season, 16 out of 20 from the free throw line. First free throw's good. 13 on the day so far for Reed Ritter. And he's got them both. 66-46, back to a 20-point cushion. Williams, left-hand wing. Now top of the circle. Javon Moore. Off to Peterson. Lob into Elijah Moore. Take it in against Kiesling. Deflection, but it gets his own loose ball and sticks it in. Nice defense by the Eagles to create the deflection, but it bounced right back to Moore. Barnes defended in the backcourt by Peterson. Creates some space. Crossover. Clears the timeline. Drops for Reed Ritter. Reed off the curl. Pull up and triple for Reed Ritter. Ritter got the dribble drop from Barnes and pulled up from the top of the circle and knocked it home. Peterson going in against Dylan Graham and gets fouled going up. That's a third on Graham, so 3 on Dylan, 3 on Daniel Kiesling. And it'll send the Trojans to the free throw line. Tyler Peterson will be the shooter. He's got 3 points on the day so far. Peterson, 83% free throw shooter on the year. First is good. 30 out of 36 on the year for Peterson. 6 points per game. And that one's good as well. Quickly ahead of the pack to Barnes front court. He'll back it off right-hand wing and show some patience. Got a Milkovic screen. Pull up from 15 feet and friendly roll for Dalton Barnes. Barnes with 9. Trojans the other way. Pull up from the elbow. Over to Dylan Graham, no good. Barnes after the rebound, he's got it. Over the top to Graham, ahead of the pack. Dylan's going up, and Dylan's fouled coming through, and he'll go to the free throw line. Foul on Javon Moore, his second personal. Got to give Dylan Graham a chance to go to the charity stripe for the first time today. 8 points on the afternoon for Graham. Front of the iron, no good that time. Graham, a very good free throw shooter at 85% on the season. 22 for 26, but missed the first. That one's much better. 72-50, Eagles by 22 at the 16:02 mark. Peterson goes right wing, gets the screen from Bradshaw. Eagles switch it back, lob back to Bradshaw. Deflection down low, loose on the floor, and Barnes comes out of there with it. finds Ritter. Ritter's got Graham to his left and DK running. Go to Graham in the baseline. Back around to Reed. Step back. Dish it down low to Kiesling. Deflection and saved in by Ritter and saved in again and out of bounds. Reed saved it the first time. Dylan Graham wasn't looking. And it goes back out of bounds. It'll go over to Virginia State. And we'll take our under 16-minute media timeout. 72-50. You're
welcome to stick around, so don't feel obligated.
And they stay in their man-to-man defense here. Everybody seems to be pointing fingers at who they're going to guard. They'll start off right-hand wing. Moore. Bounce it down on the baseline. Jumper from Allers is going to be short, and Kiesling after the rebound for the Eagles. Keeps it moving, finds Graham. Graham finds Barnes. Barnes 2 on 4. Pull up from the elbow and knock it home. Dalton Barnes says 2 on 4 is good numbers. As long as you can make the basket, you don't need to rebound. Dalton's in double figures now with 11. Right over left-hand wing to Williams. Spins past Reed Ritter, and too strong on that one. Rebound DK. Good box out. Finds Barnes. Eagles looking to push. Ritter to the right. Throw it cross court. Dylan Graham. Catch and shoot. 3 ball. Got it. Good look from Dylan Graham. A nice job by Reed Ritter to find the open look. Spin move inside. Floater up is friendly roll there for Elijah Moore. Good take. Kiesling's got 3 personals. Didn't want to get his 4th, so he backed off a little bit there on the defense. Barnes front court, left side Ritter. And we got a foul away from the ball. Trying to fight through the screen there. Elijah Moore gets his first personal. Milkovich is a wide body down there. When he sets a screen, you certainly can't go through him. It takes a while to get around him. Barnes back into Milkovich, backs down, steps through, and rattles it in there. When he gets the ball in the block, it's tough to stop. 79-52. Right side, Moore. Try to post Allers. Now he'll pop out and set a screen. Strong take inside, and going to get a foul.
Personal foul on the Eagles number 32, Daniel Kiesling, his 4th personal.
Call it on Kiesling there. That is his 4th.
To line shooting 2 for the Trojans, number 20, Elijah Moore.
Elijah Moore will be the free throw shooter. Joseph Gonzalez is going to come in for Kiesling with the 4 personals. He'll come in after the first free throw. It is good.
The end of the ball game for the Trojans, number 11, Keontae Melvin.
Keontae Melvin will check in for the Trojans as well, the 6'3 freshman from Hampton, Virginia. Kiesling out for Joseph Gonzalez. Elijah Moore's got both free throws. He's got 15 on the afternoon. Milkovich front court. Stop and pop 3 ball. Going to be short that time. Rebound to the Trojans. They'll race the other way. Melvin's got it in transition. Back up high right, now right-hand side. 3 ball from Moore. That's good. Elijah Moore, second 3 of the day for him. Moore will extend the defense. Chase Gonzalez. Now Eagles will get it in the hands of Dalton Barnes. High post, Milkovich. Turn and face, put it on the floor. Up, off the window, and good. 20 on the afternoon for Milkovich. Top of the circle, Moore, a long 3 over Gonzalez. That's good as well. Gracious sakes, Elijah Moore. He's trying to take over offensively for the Trojans. Into Milkovich. Back to Dylan Graham against pressure in the backcourt. 21 on the day for Elijah Moore. Graham right side. Off the Milkovich screen. Back to OG. Jab step, step back 3 ball. Off the mark, no good. Long rebound picked up by the Trojans. They'll push the other direction. Javon Moore coast to coast in. Blocked from behind. Rebound blocked from behind again. And they'll say held ball. Possession arrow favors the Trojans this time. Couple of subs coming in for Virginia State. Ken Pankey will bring Joseph Bradshaw with him. 12:31 to play in Daytona Beach. It's 81-60, Eagles by 21. Into Bradshaw, right back down to Moore. Works against OG, jumper from 10. Back of the iron, no good. Milkovich after the rebound. And he's tied up and gets away from a triple team and goes cross court to Ritter. Reed will push front court. Got Barnes to his right, can't find him yet. Throw it into OG. He'll spin up and get stripped going up and knocked out of bounds off the Trojans. It'll stay Eagles basketball. OG got mugged by three guys at the other end of the floor. Comes out of there with it. Into Gonzalez, quick catch and shoot. It's good. There comes Moore the other way. Dribble in, bumped by Gonzalez and fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Gonzalez first personal.
Joseph Gonzalez, his first personal, 14. Shooting 2 free throws on the 24. Trojans.
Elijah Moore will go to the line. Free throw off the front of the rim and then on in.
Is good. For the Eagles. And for the Eagles, number 22, Skylar Hogan.
Hogan for Dylan Graham. Elijah Moore comes in averaging 12.4 points per game. He's already got 22 today. Make it 23. He'll get a little rest here as Javon Moore will come in for him. Barnes into Milkovich, back to Dalton in the backcourt. Spread the floor to create some space. Dalton's going to take him on the dribble. Here's a double team. He'll split those two guys and then get bumped at midcourt by Waymond Wright. Third personal on Wright, and that'll take us to our under 12-minute media timeout. 11:52 on the game clock at 62. Eagles by 21. The leader for Virginia State is Elijah Moore with 23. Ritter will get it in the backcourt to run the offense. Got the Gonzalez screen. They'll start right. Over to Gonzalez, over to Barnes. Good defensive pressure by Virginia State. There's a double team. Dalton will split them. Pull up from 10. And no good, unfortunately. Rebound Gonzalez. Putback is good, though. Nice take by Dalton Barnes. Thought he was going to finish it, but it rimmed out. Gonzalez there for the rebound and putback, though. Trojans back front court. Pankey, right-hand side. Now Melvin, dribble drive against Ritter, takes it baseline, throws it back up high to Moore, top of the circle. Crossover, deflection for Reed Ritter, and he's fouled. Reed got the steal and was going to race the other way, but got slowed down due to the reach in. Foul on Javon Moore, his third. That's now 7 on the Trojans, so the Eagles are already in the bonus here with 11:07 to play, and they'll shoot 1 and 1. Here on every personal foul. Reed's free throw is good. $18 on the day for Ritter. Now 19. Eagles are a good free throw shooting team. If you get in foul trouble, we can make you pay. Dribble drive in by Melvin up on the underside is good. First bucket of the day for Ciante Melvin. And Barnes gets the ball knocked away in a reach-in foul. I think it's going to go on number 5, it looks like. That is Javon Moore. That's 4 on Javon Moore, so he's going to have to be careful here with 10:54 to play. And the Eagles going to go back to the free throw line. This time it'll be Dalton Barnes who will get a couple free throws. Barnes on the year, 81%. 21 for 26. That first one is good. Javon Moore's going to check out with his 4 personal fouls, and Pankey will check in. Barnes got one more free throw. 12 on the day. Make it 13. He's got them both 4 in a row. Barnes with 2, Ritter with 2 free throws, and the Eagles have made him pay for each of the last 2 personal fouls. Melvin off the screen up high. Dribbles over to Wright. Wright goes right-hand wing, kick it back out top of the circle. Moore's 3 balls off the back of the iron, no good, but a tip-in is good for Ciante Melvin. Milkovic into Gonzalez. Throw it over to Hogan, throw it back to Barnes. Barnes crossover, gets past Wright. Wrap around to Gonzalez. Step through, and they're going to get a travel. (89-66), the 10-14 mark. Quickly over the top front court, and that's a travel. Yeah, Melvin traveled here on the near side. Thought about shooting the 3 and then took an extra step as he went ahead for the dribble. And the Eagles will get it on the turnover. Trojans have extended the defense here in the backcourt, trying to dictate the tempo. Into Hogan. Here comes a double team. If he can keep it moving and avoid it, finds Ritter. They'll back it off a little bit. Ritter guarded by Melvin, right-hand side. Goes to the left. Throw it over to Milkovic. He'll back down against Bradshaw. Back, step, and get it blocked. Get his own rebound, though, and put it back up. And, couldn't finish it. And then it's stuck between the rim and the backboard.
It's Eagle possession.
That's considered a neutral possession there. Possession arrow favors the Eagles. The Eagles will get it right back. Into Milkovic. Puts it on the floor, out to Barnes. Top of the circle, 3 ball. Good for Dalton Barnes. First 3 of the day for Dalton Barnes. Push the lead up to 92-66. Right, off to Moore. Spins past Gonzalez. Backdoor cutter to Melvin. Nice move. He'll finish it. Hogan over to Milkovic. Back to Hogan. Now Barnes. All the way in. Gets it blocked going up and knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Eagles. That'll be Trojan basketball. Dalton was going to go all the way to the basket and got the ball stripped going through. Graham comes for Ritter for the Eagles here. Trojans will get that's Emil Terry. 24, not 25, checking in. Terry, a big body out there. 6'8", 210. Right on the dribble. Throw it back into Terry, and he'll stick it in there. Eagles hedged on the high screen, and then Milkovic didn't get back in time. Then Terry steals the inbounds pass and sticks it in. 4 quick ones. Into Barnes. There's another steal, and basket no good, but a foul. They're going to get it on Milkovic. Second on OG. And the Eagles back-to-back turnovers here against the full court press. And Ken Pankey at the free throw line. His first trip to the line today. First free throw is good. Pankey 6 out of 7 from the free throw line on the season. So good percentage at 86%, but not too many attempts. That one's off the back of the iron. Rebound to Skylar Hogan. He'll go to Graham ahead of the pack. Dillon's going to go coast to coast and put it up, no good. Stick back, no good. Stick back, Hogan, no good. And then finally rebounded. And Hogan strips it away on the rebound, but then knocks it out of bounds. That'll be Trojan basketball. Multiple chances there for the Eagles, just couldn't get anything to go. OG's going to get a rest, and Daniel Kiesling will return. Kiesling will have to be careful. He's playing with 4 personal fouls. Wright turns the corner on the dribble, pulls up from 10 and knocks it home. Trojans not going away. They got it down to a 17-point game. Kiesling back to Barnes. Barnes throw it back to DK. Catch and shoot 3 ball. Front of the iron, no good. Rebound tapped, almost finished inside, and Rebounded by Wright. He'll come the other direction. Barnes trying to cut him off. He'll go to Pankey. Stop and pop. Triple is no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Last touched by, they'll say Joseph Gonzalez got a piece of it. It'll be Trojan basketball. But not before we've got... Gonzalez and Kiesling for the Eagles. It's Trojan basketball underneath their own basket. Terry swing it in around the horn to Pankey. Now looking for more against Kiesling. Back down, floated up, and back of the iron, no good. They'll call DK for the foul. Looked like he was playing pretty good defense right there. And they'll call him for the foul. It's his fifth. Ritter, Graham with Hogan, Gonzalez, and OG. Free throws coming from Elijah Moore. First is good. Got one more. 24 points and 6 rebounds for Elijah Moore so far today. That free throw is no good. OG's got the rebound for the Eagles. Off to Hogan. Works against Walter Williams. And we got a bump called on Walter Williams. His first. Hogan will go to the free throw line here for the Eagles.
19, shooting a 1-1. Hogan.
Schuyler 0 for 1 so far from the line. That one's good. Freshman from Melbourne, Florida, played at Holy Trinity Episcopal, which is the alma mater of former Eagle Jason Powell. And Hogan's got both. Hogan's older brother is an outstanding player at the U.S. Naval Academy. Jace Hogan is a big 6'7", 210-pounder, and putting up some good numbers for Navy basketball this year. Ball knocked out of bounds by Milkovich. It'll be Elijah Moore to trigger for the Trojans. Pop it in, they're thrown right back. The little pass is a little too strong, and Hogan knocks it out of bounds. Good look. You throw it in and go right back to the guy who cuts to the basket. Well-designed play, but Hogan there to knock it away. Come into Terry, and foul away from the ball here on Milkovich, his third personal. I think OG was afraid they were going to try the same play again when Moore triggered it in. He gave him a little bump as he was going back to the basket. The referee thought it was too much of a bump and called the foul. The Eagles are in the penalty now. That's 7 team fouls, so it's a 1-and-1 here for the Trojans. Free throw is good from Elijah Moore. One more free throw coming. That's in and out, no good. Hogan with the rebound for Embry Riddle. He'll push front court himself. Throw it over to Milkovich. Back to Hogan. Now Ritter. 7:08 to play. OG up high, got his pocket picked though. Here comes Walter Williams the other way, and he'll put it in easily. The Eagles a little lackadaisical there. Went to Milkovich in the high post. Nobody hollered that somebody was coming. Picked his pocket from behind. Throw it to Graham right side. Skip it to Hogan. Penetrate and pitch. Gonzalez, 3-ball. Front of the iron, no good. Rebound Walter Williams. Got a deflection though. Hogan after it on the floor. And we got a held ball, it looks like. It is a held ball. Possession arrow to the Trojans. So 94-79. Eagles still lead it by 15. But the offense has gone a little quiet here for Embry Riddle. He's only scored 1 basket in the last 3 minutes. Peterson off to Moore. Deflection. Ball loose on the floor and picked up by the Trojans. Williams has got it. Throw it back to Peterson. Jumper from 10. Partially blocked. Rebound Gonzalez. Joe's got it off to Graham. Graham cross-court Ritter. Eagles across the timeline. They back off the pressure a little bit. 6:10 to play. Ritter coming right. Gonzalez, top of the circle, left side, Dylan Graham. Lob to Milkovic. Go back in against Moore, and get tripped going through. Oh, they call it travel. No tripping foul, just a travel. He did travel, but I thought it was because of the trip. The Eagles will go back to the bench, get Hogan out for Barnes. Trojans will get Wayman Wright into the ball game for Tyler Peterson, and quickly send Javon Moore in as well. Moore plays with 4 personals for the Trojans. They'll let the ball roll almost to midcourt so the clock doesn't start. And now they'll jump into their offense. Wright's got it with the screen. Works behind the back against Barnes. Back out high, Pankey against Graham. Dribble, float it, and good for Ken Pankey. Milkovic into Ritter. Throw it back toward Dalton Barnes ahead of the pack, and Dalton will go up and lay it in. Eagles race it out for an easy finish that time. Trojans are really getting after it on the defensive end. The Eagles able to convert a fast break the other direction, and now the Trojans take a timeout. At the 5:22 mark, it's 96-81. Timeout taken by the Trojans. This will become back live in Daytona Beach. Trojan basketball, 5:20 to play. Dribble drive by Wright, kicks it off far side. Jumper is no good, but Wright gets the rebound. Moore with the miss, Wright with the rebound, off to Terry. His floater's no good. Rebound Dalton Barnes. Barnes wrestles it away from traffic there and is fouled. I think it's a reach in on Terry, and it is. That's Emil Terry, third personal. Send Dalton Barnes to the free throw line, the other end of the floor.
The Eagles are in the double penalty, shooting 2 free throws.
It's now double bonus time here at the ICI Center, so the Eagles will be shooting 2 the rest of the way with 5:06 to play. First is good for Barnes. Joseph Bradshaw checks in for Emil Terry, and Barnes has got 1 more free throw. And it's good. Barnes will pick up Wayman Wright off to the left-hand wing. High ball screen, Barnes will go under it. Throw it back out to Pankey, a long 3. Going to be short. Rebound tapped and controlled down low, then stripped going up. Melvin puts it up and puts it in. Melvin's got 8, and Ritter fouled out here near midcourt by Melvin. His first. Reed back to the free throw line, right-hand side. 98-83. First is good. .445 to play. And Reed's got them both. The Eagles hit the 100 mark for the second consecutive day. 116 points last night. Elijah Moore back in for the Trojans. Wright starts things off. Eagles look like they're going to play zone. 3-2 zone. Wright, top of the circle with the Bradshaw screen. Goes in, stripped by OG. He'll take it and dribble, split 2 defenders, one chasing from behind. He'll look for a helper. Find Barnes. Barnes spreads the floor, picked up here by Melvin. He'll patiently work some clock. Got the Gonzalez screen, turns a corner from right to left. Back to Joseph, top of the circle. Now Ritter right side. Run Graham off a screen, can't find him. Wrap around back to Gonzalez, back to Ritter. Jab step, crossover, pull up, 3 ball, got it. A long 3 for Reed Ritter. That's his 4th triple of the afternoon. Into the corner to Elijah Moore. He'll go for 3. Off the iron, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds by the Trojans. That'll be Eagles basketball. That'll be our under 4-minute media timeout. The Eagles have pushed it back to a 20-point cushion. 103-83. Eagles by 20 with 3:50 to go here in Daytona Beach. Final media time. Riddle will trigger, guard by the 6'8" Elijah Moore. They're going to go over the top looking for Dylan Graham. Graham will catch it against two defenders, and he'll U-turn it and look for some helpers. He'll find Dalton Barnes, try to work some clock here. Barnes right-hand side. Crossover, and gets his pocket picked and then fouled. Deflection by Ciante Melvin, but then he bumped him, and Dalton will go back to the free throw line and shoot a couple here. Barnes has got 20 already. First is good. Peterson back for Wright, and Ritter coming out for Skylar Hogan here for the Eagles. Reed, the leading scorer right now with 24. Although Barnes with that free throw now has 22. Milkovich not too far behind with 20. Again, 5 players in double figures for the Eagles, just like yesterday. 105-83, Eagles by 22 right now. Trojans will let it roll all the way to the front court. Peterson, touch pass far side, Melvin, and just a little bit of a bump there from Dylan Graham. That's his 4th personal. Graham flew past the defender and looked like the defender just reached out and kind of stuck his leg out so he could trip himself. And he's going to end up shooting 3. So Melvin will shoot a couple. Back of the iron, no good. He's got 2 more coming. He was fouled shooting a 3-point shot, so the rare 3 free throws. Missed the first, made the second. He's got 1 more coming. Ritter coming in for Dylan Graham. Graham will take his 4 fouls to the bench. Reed back for him. 1 more free throw coming here for Ciante Melvin. He's got 9 points, all coming here in the second half. In and out that time. So they missed 2 out of 3, and Milkovich with the rebound. Goes over the top to Gonzalez. Joe's going to step through, float it up, and no good. Stick back for Barnes, though, is good. Joe went 1-on-2. Couldn't finish it, but Barnes there to clean up the mess. Melvin. Peterson, back to Melvin. Now Peterson, he'll pull up for 3. Going to be short, and rebound controlled and stuck back in by Ciante Melvin. Ritter into Barnes, back to Reed. Finds Hogan. Hogan finds Barnes over to Gonzalez, up, under, and no good. Milkovich, stick back is good. OG with the rebound and put back. 109-86. High post, Bradshaw, kick it out, Moore, 3-ball, good. Whew. Elijah Moore's got 4 threes, and he leads the Trojans in scoring with 28 points. Virginia State takes a timeout here with 2:25 to play. It's back to it. Triggers into Brian Johnson, back to Reed. There's a double team, looks for a helper, going to go over the top to Sciano. Drew back to Hogan, he'll slash in and lay it up and in. Saw an opening and took it. Hogan able to finish. Eagles by 22. Hankey, pull-up jumper from 15. Front of the iron, no good. Rebound, Reed Ritter. Ritter's got Hogan to his left, pushing. Reed's going to take it to the middle. Fill the lanes, drop it back for Eddie Gray. Over to Sciano in the baseline. Back around to Reed. Use some clock, go in, kick it out. Hogan, 3-ball. Got it. Hogan will go to double figures. He's got 12. He'll join the club. Long 3 from Walter Williams. That's short. Rebound, Skylar Hogan will corral it. He'll come the other way with 1:31 to play. Over to Eddie Gray. Back to Hogan. Now Gray. Trojans back off their defensive intensity just a little bit here. Certainly don't want to commit a foul at this stretch in the ball game. Down 25. Brian Johnson jab. takes it in and rattles it home. Johnson was thinking about a three and saw an opening and took it to the basket and kissed it off the window and finished it. 116 again for the Eagles for the second consecutive day to 89.
1 minute remaining in the ball game.
Pankey, Peterson, entry inside, down low, over Johnson, no good. Stick back, though, is good for Ciante Melvin. That was Lewis Flowers with the first miss. Hogan pushing front court for the Eagles. Throws it over to Ciano. Stop and pop, three ball. Off the mark, no good. Brian Johnson saves it in, good hustle. Then Ritter's got it, and then one of the Trojans dives in there and gets a hand on the basketball, but he's out of bounds when he touched it. And it'll be Eagles basketball with 41 seconds to play. Emil Terry and Marcus James back in for the Trojans. 116 to 91. Throw it into Johnson, back to Ritter. Out high to Hogan. Cross court, Eddie Gray. Eagles are going to have to shoot it at some point. Shot clock, game clock, about a 10-second difference. Ritter will hold it and use the clock at best he can. Go cross court on the dribble. Throw it over to Ciano. Cross court, Brian Johnson. Back to Hogan with 9 on the shot clock. Now 8. Deflection and a steal for Ciante Melvin. He'll go in against Brian Johnson, and he'll get bumped going up and stick it in. Basket good for Melvin. Foul on BJ is his second personal. And Melvin has been racking up some points here in the second half. He's up to 15. Free throw no good, and rebound stick back no good. And Brian Johnson ends up with that last rebound over to Hogan. And with 6 seconds, the Eagles can run it out here without taking another shot. Hogan will take it to the baseline and throw it cross court, and that'll do it. 116 to 93 will be the final. Very similar to yesterday's game. 116-88 yesterday. 116